Hello and welcome to another edition of Superhero Movie Review Time. I'm your host, Grant Liston, the very bored Englishman. Yeah. Okay. This film sucks. This film broke me. This is only the second time I've seen this film. As you can tell, I've literally just finished watching it. Wow. Just wow. How boring. So, I'm going to take you down a little story. I'm going to take you down this pathway and molest you. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you a story and it's going to make you feel like you were molested, because that's how I felt. From the very moment I saw a teaser trailer for this film, I realised I did not care for it. I in fact reviewed this in a non-spoiler review when it first came out, and I described how little I cared for this movie. I actually went out of my way to watch a trailer for it. And it gave away the entire film, and having watched the film beat for beat, it gave away what this film is. And it's bad. It's such a nothing film. I say this as a nothing film, and you're probably thinking, so why am I getting so worked up about it? It's because of the story leading into the film. And it's nothing to do with Fox selling out to Disney, it's nothing to do with actors phoning in, it's actually a personal story, which to this day actually winds me up. So, back in 2017 when I went to go see this atrocity of a film, can't even remember when it came out, I went to a friend's house and I said to him, hey, should we go and watch this film? And he goes, oh, I haven't got the money. Oh, that's fine, I'll pay, you pay me back whenever, it's not a problem. Let's just go and get this film out of the way, shall we? And I gave him my card to pay online. I don't know technology, okay, I'm kind of stupid that way. And he paid for the tickets, and next day we went to go see him. And we got to the cinema, we scanned the barcode, and the lady goes, it's expired. Oh. And it turns out, honest mistake, he booked them for yesterday, the day I gave him the card, so obviously we missed the viewing. It's an honest mistake, it could happen to everyone. And it's what happened next that put me in a bad mood, because he just shrugged his shoulders, went to the counter, bought himself a ticket, and left me. That really hurt. I was so angry, I very nearly didn't even go into the cinema. But I did. I bought myself a ticket, went in there, and luckily I got a refund down the line, so the money thing is not an issue, it was more the personal to me. So I sat through the whole film with the up, and I felt that I was really, really harsh on this movie. It turns out that on future viewings, I wasn't being harsh on this movie whatsoever. This is so bad! So thank you for letting me waffle on there. Very rare I do that, and that won't be a running theme, trust me. This film, it puts me in a bad mood because one, it's that bad, and two, it brings up that very bad memory for me. Anywho, moving very swiftly on, this is going to be lovely, short and sweet, because if you watched any trailer of this movie, you already know all of its problems. The whole film just feels like we gave up, last one before Disney buys us, not our problem, and they go from there. I mean, it borders from very bland and boring to over-the-top, campy Adam West Batman. There is no tone that's consistent in this movie. It's like, but it's all uninteresting as well. So basically, the X-Men are now rock stars, and Professor X has a fucking X-phone. You know, he has the Batcave, and the president rings him up and says, "Oh, there's astronauts who need your help." He's like, "I'm gonna send my mutants into space." It's like, God, what? It's so cringy, campy, and clearly crap. And yeah, honestly, it kind of makes you go, what am I watching? Okay, yeah, X-Men do go into space in the cartoon and in the comics, but it's just the way they did it here was like really... While up there, they encounter this cosmic ray which impregnates itself into Jean Grey, and she becomes the Phoenix. Now, the issue of that being is, if you watch X-Men Apocalypse, in the final fight scene, she unleashes the Phoenix Force. So she had already, and has now re-got it again for this film. There is no continuity, and no one is paying attention to these films, so why should we? This leads to Like, basically think X-Men The Last Stand, but really half-assed. I know people give The Last Stand such a bad reputation, but at least it tried. At least it had good action in it. This one was like, they meet in a road, and one at a time the X-Men try using power, and Jean goes, no. No. The most interesting, funny character in Quicksilver gets taken out of the movie completely, and spoiler, 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 Jean Grey kills Jennifer Lawrence. Because she definitely wasn't playing Mystique in these movies, she was playing Jennifer Lawrence bored. She tries to find sanctuary with Magneto, and Magneto turns her away because she brings humans, and he doesn't like humans. And then he finds out she killed Jennifer Lawrence, so he picks up the old Magneto helmet, I'm getting too old for this, and goes to war. Yeah, then there's it's an okay little scrap outside this like building in New York. We're all trying to get into this building. Magneto wants to kill Jean Grey. Professor X wants to talk to her and reason with her. Very reminiscent of Last Stand again. And it ends with the government coming in and tranquilising all of them and taking them away to a prison. And that's when the only acceptable scene in the entire film happens, and it's the train fight. It's a lot of fun, genuinely a lot of fun. And this kind of fight would have been better serviced in the middle of this movie. Let's say we cut out all the waffle and all the nonsense, right? And the midway point in this movie, they are captured by the government. It's called Stryker, because Stryker has to be involved in all the bloody stories now. And they've been taken there, then they get attacked by these... Oh my god, I have no idea who the bad guys are in this film. At all. I cannot remember for the life of me. 1 second. No, I didn't even write it down. I don't even care. I'm having a mental breakdown on camera, I do apologise. 1 second. Okay, now we're back. So, yeah. If they had this train fight in the middle of the movie, it would set up, like, a few X-Men being killed off and they're having to regroup and then they have the bigger battle later. But this is the climax of the movie. And although it's an okay, acceptable fight scene, it's really weirdly edited together, and oh boy, they did not spend a lot of money on those special effects. Like, they blow a part of the train off and you see the background, and oh my god, it's someone with a green screen going like this, clearly, because it's so bad. It's so horrifically bad. And now, racking my brain, how did this film even end? I'm pretty sure Jean Grey hugged a blonde girl and killed her, although it was an alien blonde girl, and that's how the film ended. For the life of God, I think I blacked out with rage at the end of this movie. It broke me. This film broke me because I just don't care. So, yeah, that was X-Men Dark Phoenix. Sorry if it was blunt and not to usual expectation, but nothing happened in this movie worth talking about. I mean, even now, trying to think of 3 good and 3 bad, I can tell you right now, the 3 bad was everything, everything, and everything, and the 3 good was Michael Fassbender, and Michael Fassbender. Even James McAvoy phoned it in. I don't know. I get this 1 out of 10 because it was, it filled one category. It was a film. It went on for 2 hours of my life in something I've summed up in less than 15 minutes. Now, I need to seriously cheer up. I need to mellow out because at the end of the day, these are just films. But my God, I've been sitting around procrastinating for weeks, not uploading this review, because every time I do it, I feel very disingenuous and very like, so what? But I don't know how more times I can say I just don't care for this movie. And furthermore, not only does it get my lowest ranking of 1 out of 10, it also gets my if you will, my Oprah Winfrey stamp of I do not recommend this film to anyone. It gives you no closure, it makes you angry, and there's no redeemable factor bar, Michael Fassbender. Thank you all so much for watching and bearing with me as I had a full-on freak out on camera. I promise next time I'll actually put some more effort into it, but I need a movie that's actually going to lift my spirits and actually make me chuckle, and I can actually, have fun with it. Something that kind of like it's not too serious, and it's kind of fun. It's like goofy action. It's a likable, charismatic actor. You know, sorry, I'm watching Deadpool. Yep, Deadpool's next. Take care now.